everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more 3D tuning about 8 months after the previous video. So out of the 3 videos I've done this in the past, 2 of them no one really watched, but quite a lot of you actually watched the ones where I modified my first car, and I'm going to take a couple of requests from the comment section of that video, and then maybe I'll do one more car of my own. So if you want me to do some more, maybe I'll do some more of these. If you want to see me do more of these 3D tuning videos, let me know in the comment section below. And if you do, give me an idea of a car that I can modify in this thing. At least suggest something that's in 3D tuning, because I keep getting these suggestions for cars, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, wait, the car's not in there. So check beforehand, maybe. So, right, there's going to be 2 cars that I'm going to pick from the previous video, and then I'm going to pick one of my own. So we're going to start off with this one, this comment from Archie Burns, who asks for the Kia Ceed. So that is why I've started off with this baby right here. So I'm actually a little bit rusty on this thing. This is the first time I'm jumping straight in, using this for the first time in 8 months. So we might miss a couple of things here. So we have colours. Should we start off with the colours? Let's go for some nice custom. What have we got here? A nice red, a nice pink. I don't think that's going to work. Why is that not working? How does this work? Okay, maybe we'll worry about that later. So let's just put the suspension down. We got a nice slammed Kia. Not too much though. I don't want it to have a strange. It's a shame. I've probably mentioned this in one of my previous videos, perhaps, as I'm sure I would have noticed this before. We need some rake control. I would like to be able to not have the okay, that looks really silly. I'd like to be able to control the rake so it's a little bit whatever, but actually it's kind of forward slightly. So I guess that works. We got that there, so it's just a little bit higher than the wheel. And then we'll put the tint down just a wee smidge. Right, let's start off with the wheels then. So let's get a full list and see what we got here. Hello, is that that's the full list, is it? That's it. Why? Oh, there we go. Let's just do it from this way. So we have the factory wheels. We have a different set of factory wheels, quite a few different sets of factory wheels. Moving on to these things, which are just, they're the worst. Look at them. They are the worst wheels that you can get with the diamond cut front and the black things. They look so freaking awful. Look at them. They're horrible. These are all actually pretty nasty looking wheels. Is that the only selection I get? Is that it, really? Why can't I stick some BBS RMs on it or something? Oh boy. So we've got a lovely selection of not wheels. I think these black ones that sort of hide the fact that their wheels are tall, if they would load up, I think they're the only wheels that are worth looking at if they actually load. Why won't you load? Why you no load? Well, okay, it's oh, I see. So the color was actually for the no? Wait, what? How does this work? Guys, what am I doing wrong here? Okay, now they work. Why was that red before? I don't know. There's those. I want to get the black wheels that are not spawning. They're kind of... Oh, wait, hang on. Is that because... Oh, I see. They were spawning. They're just... I want them to be black. Black, please. Black, please. Okay, I'll change it for another set of wheels. I don't really like these ones, but these are probably the best of a bad bunch, so we'll go for those ones because we can't really change the color of them. Let's just give this a try. Black? Nope. I don't know what's up with that. Side skirts. We have this, and we have these. Actually, that's not too bad. That's a nice little extra. That could easily be a standard sports model. In fact, that does say factory too, so that must be a sports model. Is that the full? That is the full list. Not much of a selection on these ones. Then we have this one. These are all factory. Then we've got 3 customs, which are going to look... What? No. 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 Oh my god, there's loads of them. Okay, yeah, I don't think any of these are going to work. That one's not too bad. I've seen worse. These ones are just awful. They really don't work well on a hatchback at all. That one there actually isn't... Oh, no, wait. Hold the phone. That is way too thin. Way too thin. No. These need to be wider. Okay, I think we might just have to go with that. Actually, that looks quite nice. To be fair, I've got to admit something. I quite like Korean cars. They're kind of boring looking, and I'm sure they probably don't drive that well. But actually, I quite like them. I'm not afraid to admit. So we have the factory options. Then we have these ones. I think this might be a car where actually I don't do too much to it because I think it's already beautiful in its own way. Actually these, they're not too bad, those wing mirrors. I don't have an eye for wing mirrors is another thing that I don't really have an eye for. Normally, like, I'd look at a car and go, yeah, that looks right. And then when I go to like put different wing mirrors on a different car, I go, no, that's clearly wrong. But then those same wing mirrors on something else might... I don't know. I don't know. So there's these ones. How do they change from the factory? Oh, I quite like the factory with the indicators on them. There is no other indicator ones apart from these disgusting things here, which... No, okay, they definitely are horrible. Yeah, let's just go with the standard. Let's just not mess about with those. Roof scoop. This is not going to be a rally car. I'm not going to go crazy. It's very hard. In the comment section of the previous videos, people were like calling me a racer. I'm working with the tools that it's given me here, okay? This is what it's given me. And by the way, the whole term racer, that's a whole other story that I'm going to probably do in another video. Yeah, I'm pretty sick of that word. But yeah, these don't really work. I don't really think this... They're okay. I quite like how this car looks when it's slapped with it lowered at this current position. I think any more lowered, it would look a bit weird, or any less, it would look a bit weird. That's a bit laggy. You going to work for me? Yeah, I mean, that's just taking the piss, but... It doesn't look too bad. We're just a little... Some cars, just lowering them just a little bit just makes them so much cooler. So much cooler. Yeah, okay, let's just not worry about these. Can I go and not have any of them? Can I turn them off? There we go. Hood vents. This is definitely, I guess, in the name, tuning. This is definitely tuner style. This is not much else. I don't like any of these. I don't think there's going to be a normal... Not even a carbon fiber bonnet. I guess maybe we could change the colour later. So let's just get rid of all of those. Big, massive WRX thing. Let's get a body kit, which is actually just a police siren. And it also adds Policja, written in Russian. That's not a Russian... Is that a Russian flag? That colour looks wrong. Something doesn't look right there. No, this is not going to be a Policja. Actually, wouldn't the Policja one say DPS on them or something? I can't remember. Anyway, we won't turn this into a police car. Let's go to vinyl when it ever loads. Is it crashed? Crashed. Okay, back to where we were before. Spoilers, factory, side mirrors, factory, roof scoops, hood vents, no. Body kits, police siren, no. Vinyls, no. Yeah, there isn't much option with some of these cars. There isn't not really much to do. Can I zoom in so I can see the car a little bit better? It sort of does pixelate it a little bit. I want to be able to select the whole car body color. What does this do? Auto rotate. Imagine. Oh, we can change the background to something a bit more... Let's do that so we've got something nice to look at on here. Like a snow scene or something like that. I quite like this night scene. Though, actually, no, I don't. It's a bit orange. I don't want that. Let's go for this snow scene on the road. This is cool, and we'll have it like that. There we go. That's nice. Let's go to suspension down. Or is that going to... Is this going to crash it again? I've already got this. There we go. That looks quite nice. Lowered to about there. Those wheels are the best we're going to get, really. I don't think we're going to match that. And a little bit down on the tint. And it just would be nice. Okay, now we can see the paint thing. There was actually more paint options. This was where we went wrong last time. All that stuff was completely missing. Ah! Now we get all the coloured wheels. Okay, let's go to all discs. Let's go to... Where is it? The LV. Actually, no. It probably... No. Okay, right. Okay, we can't change the colours of those. So we'll pick the other ones that we had before then. The Jaegers. Let's go to that. Let's go to glossy. Let's go to... There we go. Black. Black works. Or maybe something a little bit lighter than black, actually. Let's go for a grey. Yeah, that kind of works. Now let's go to all car. Go to... let's just keep it glossy. And... Oh, that's going to change the... Oh, okay, we'll change the wheels afterwards. That's fine. I quite like red. I quite like how that looks in red. But obviously I'm... No, okay. It's funny because the wheels are changing colour as well. I don't really want them to change. Maybe we can go for an orange. I'm always keen for an orange. I do quite like orange or a yellow. That was actually quite golden looking. Actually, maybe just a white. Maybe just a white with some darker wheels. That's all right, actually. That's not too bad. Imagine that with just a proper sleeper. It looked exactly like that, but it had an amazing... I can't even imagine what sort of engine you could really fit inside one of those. Like an Evo engine, like a 4G63T. Built into one of those. That would be actually pretty damn cool. Let's just stick some tint down on there. There we go. That's looking pretty damn nice. I'm liking that. I think that's not too bad. I'm going to say that's not too bad. We can also change all the colours of the... We can also make that black. Oh, we can make those black. We can make that black. Okay, that's going a bit far. Okay, let's not worry about that. Let's go back out because actually the next comment is from Mumbo Jumbo, and he asks for the BMW 2002. So let's go back to home and go to BMW, and let's try out the 2002, which is actually, I don't think I've ever seen one in real life on the road. I've seen one at a car show, but I've not seen one in real life. I've seen something, actually, I think I have, actually. I was following one, but it was very similar, but I thought that it'd be too rare. I was like, no, it can't be. It can't be what I think it is. But I think it was actually a 2002 that I was following. Look, all these BMWs that we could do. Good Lord. There we go. 2002 coupe. Okay, it wasn't one with all the nice bumpers and stuff on it, but it was very similar to this. I swear it was a four-door, the one I followed. Maybe that wasn't right. Okay. So this is the BMW 2002. So let's start by, first of all, changing the image background so we can see the stuff on the right. Okay, there we go. We can have it like that, or like that. So we can't even have a proper back thing, so it all looks like it's slightly drifting down the road. Okay. Shall we go to iridescent ultra white? Nah, we can go for a matte. We can make this a sort of cool matte color. I'm not sure how this... I'm probably going to ruin this because this is not going to look like anything you'd want in real life. What have we got for wheels? Well, we've got a lovely selection of wheels with this car. Why was the Kia so limited on wheels then? Why wouldn't it let us just select anything? God, look at them all. Look, okay, no. No, yeah, we really want to go for something nice, subtle, timeless, retro looking, which is not the way I would describe any of these wheels I'm looking at so far, especially these things. I hate them so much. I mean, Dakars, they're not really going to work at all as well. We've even got like Donk style, Deuce Wang Floating Cat 149s. What a name. What a name. Yeah, I'm looking at these and nothing's really screaming out. There's still a huge list. I want to go to, I think we've already gone past what would have been the, oh my God. What the hell are these? Oh, good Lord. These are awful. Actually, these ones aren't too bad. They're quite nice wheels. They would go. M01s. I don't know what brand they are. Let's just keep looking. See what else we can find here. OZs. OZ Legenda. Is that or Legenda? I'm not sure. Why is this so popular? Why is this sort of black back front? Why do people buy these wheels? They're awful. I hate them. No. I don't know how anyone could think they look nice. I think that's the point I'm trying to say there. We have these, none of the... Whoa, that's not nice at all, actually. That's a horrible shade of chrome. If chrome came in shades. Chrome would come in shades, wouldn't it? You get dark chrome, smoke chrome. We have these wheels. No. I would like to have something a bit more timeless, to be honest. Maybe, I think we'll go for the OZ Legendas? They're kind of like a timeless old style wheel. They're slightly too big. I think that's what's bothering me. They're slightly too big for this car. Can we change the size at all? Or we can change the steering wheel to the other side of the car. Well, that's good. We can have it in right-hand drive. That's better. That's more like it. And what does that change? We've got a white colour here. We've got some standard... Oh! That's how you... Okay. That's how you see those. Right, we'll change that back to white then. So let's go to disc... No disc neons. Front lights, rear lights. We'll stick those on because that looks pretty cool. That looks nice. We'll drop the suspension down. There we go. I really wish these wheels were a little bit smaller because it doesn't look right. Not at all. But let's just go for a little bit darker on the windows. Some body. What is the body shape? Oh, let's not worry about that. I don't want to detach itself from what it was supposed to be. I quite like how it looks in its standard form. Then for the interior, we can go for a nice dark color. We don't want to make that stand out too much. And on the exterior, do you know, I quite like this ultra white. But I think any colour that we go for is probably not going to look that great. So I think we're going to go for a matte colour exterior. We can go for matte racing green. I'm not sure matte. I think matte is really going in the wrong direction from what we want here. So I'm going to go for a glossy. Do you know what? I quite like that in racing green. In sort of... if we can get an oak green, I don't know where we can really find... That's kind of oak green. Honestly, I don't normally go for green on cars ever. Apart from, perhaps, as I said, the Mark II Golf oak, the oak green. But this is quite nice. This is actually quite nice. Let's just play around with this green and make it perhaps slightly less green, slightly towards the black and dark. Do you know what? I quite like that. I quite actually like it with the matching green wheels as well, which is kind of worrying. Can we change that to black? Oh, that does look good. Let's go for something a bit brighter. See, that looks good. Maybe we can just go a little bit darker. Yeah, that's kind of dark. It's very understated. It's like a modern take on a classic, and I think that looks quite nice. I'm sure many are going to disagree. So let's now we've got those, start worrying about all the other stuff. So we've got tail lights. We can have them smoked. Let's not worry about that. That's not nice at all. Top lip spoiler. I mean, all of these are going to look really... Oh, no. No, I don't think any of these are going to work on the top, so let's just get rid of that on the top. Normal spoilers, again, these aren't really going to work. I mean, some of these would probably have some sort of use in a racing environment, but I think if we're talking... The thing is, I'm not really much into racing all that much. I quite like cars I just enjoy them for the street, really. So whenever I modify cars, I think, how would it look on the road? And I think these all look kind of... yeah, these spoilers. Oh, look at that spoiler. That is so awful. Now, that design spoiler, okay, I don't remember what the company was called, if anyone knows, but I believe that they were made by the same company that made those non-symmetrical bumpers and body kits for cars like the Ford Escort, Ford Fiesta, all the Saxo, all those sort of cars in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Used to see them in the Max Power magazines. I don't know what company they were, but I want to try and remember that name so I can tell people about just how awful they are, because they were truly disgusting, but also amazing at the same time because they were just so poor. But I don't think anyone watching this video is going to know what I'm on about, so I think I'm just talking just pure air at this point. If that spoiler was a bit further back, I think we could have got away with that, but I don't think any of these spoilers are going to work for this thing. So we're not going to worry about those. Side mirrors, these are all way too modern. Look, come on. As soon as we stick those... No. I mean, we could take this as a modern take on a classic, but I don't think these are going to work, especially as the fact that you've got that little quarter-light window thing, whatever they're called, and with those wing mirrors there, you're not really going to see them. That sort of... It goes against the point of the whole design of the car. Let's stick with the standard ones. Roof scoops we're not going to worry about. This is not a rally car. And the hood vents and the vinyls, again, nothing really in there too. I mean, we can get a Polish crest if we wanted to. Is that the Polish crest? It looks similar. I think it is, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, these all look silly. We can get an American flag tribal thing if you really got no taste. But I think this... I think that's a good look. I think we can get away with that. I think that's nice. Let's just change the background. What about a nice snow scene? Yeah, I quite like these snow scenes actually. They look quite nice. I quite like how that looks. I quite like the dark green. I'm not sure if you guys would agree, but the dark green and then the dark grey wheels, I think this looks really nice. So there's the two that we've got there. Let's just leave one more for me to do now. Let's just pick a car at random. Whatever I'm feeling, and I'm feeling something Japanese again, of course. So, I don't know, let's look in Toyota and see what we can find. So, of course, we've got the A86. I'm going to leave that for another video, perhaps. Let's go for something a bit Camry. I want to find a Crown, if there's anything. Camry Solera? I've never heard of that. Celica. Oh, Celica GT4. I tell you what, I'm genuinely looking right now on eBay to buy one of these. I think that the price of them is just going to go up and up and up and up and up, and I think it's going to be an amazing investment to try and get a good one. So I am actually looking as my next car to get a GT4 Celica. These ones, the MR2, maybe another video. Maybe I'll do a video on like my favorite cars ever. That MR2, the SW20, is one of my favorite cars of all time. So maybe we'll leave these ones for another video. I was hoping we could find a Toyota Crown in here, but nothing. No, there's no Toyota Crown in there at all. Okay, well, I've just accidentally selected this. That was a bad idea. What is this? Ah, it's a Prius. It's a Prius that I don't recognize at all, actually. I've never seen a Prius like that in my life. Should we make this really, really bad? What have we got? Headlights, smoked. We can make a murdered out one, I guess. Tail lights in red. I've got to admit, I quite like all red tail lights. It doesn't look too bad right now. We'll go for that. Roof scoop. I mean, yeah, I think this might just be ruining it. Mind you, can you ruin a Prius? I don't know. We could only just make it as silly as possible with the... Oh, God, that's awful. That is truly awful. Let's go for one of those. Okay, we'll take one of those. Hood vents, what can we get? Something like that. Oh yeah, that fits a hybrid perfectly. And then some nice tribals on the side. Let's go for this custom 6 right here. Yes. Yes. Okay, and let's just change the text here so we can see what we're doing. There we go. Let's go to all car. Go to iridescent paint. And let's go for what should we go for? Something awful, like a yellow. Yellow. Like they're bright yellow, and oh, why is that like that? How can I select the other color of the iridescent paint? How would that work? I don't know how you'd select more than one color. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll just go for glossy then, because that looks oh god, and even the matching wheels. In fact, we need to get some shitty wheels for this thing, and then slam it down. NKs. So why are wheel companies that are meant to be reputable making these horrible looking wheels? I guess some of them look slightly better when they haven't got the silly black and silver style to them. I don't know why that is a thing. I'm going to keep pointing out that I hate that forever, I think. Why am I looking? Okay, I'm looking at wheels that are too nice now. Where are the really, really horrible wheels? Oh, some of these wheels actually I think would have looked really good on the BMW. I'm actually annoyed that we didn't have that choice unless I did actually skip past them. Where's all the shitty wheels for the Prius? Why are you only giving us nice ones? Oh, I wanted some really shitty wheels. But these, okay, they're horrible. We'll go for them. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Yeah, let's go for those in metal. And then we'll do, let's do the tribal thing in a blue. Like that to match the wheels. It looks awful. This is terrible. I think, yeah, suggest some more cars and maybe I'll do some more themed videos if you guys really want to see some more 3D tuning. So if you do, let me know in the comment section below. This was just a trial run, I guess, to sort of catch up on those requests at least. I don't know what else, really, I guess. Yeah, well, definitely the BMW was my favourite video of the day. I quite liked the Kia Ceed, admittedly. Oh, yeah, we could slam this down, can't we? There we go. Okay, let's slam that down. Yeah, the only problem with doing these videos is this website is buggy as hell. But I think you guys might like this. So maybe I'll do some more serious ones. Maybe I'll do videos where we mix in some silly ones and some serious ones. But yeah, there we go. There's our silly one of the day. And let me know in the comment section which one you think is your favourite car. Personally, I definitely got to say the BMW 2002. The oak green style paint just looked so damn good. I really liked that car, actually, thinking about it. So yeah, there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you all very much for watching. If you want to suggest some more cars, leave them in the comment section below. But there we go. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.